We'll now take a look at the latest news from the world of business, and investors are watching Washington closely as a key tariff suspension deadline approaches next Wednesday. If tensions ease, markets may gain further ground. Over a dozen US trade partners are scrambling to reach deals with President by July the 9th to avoid steeper import levies. A recent agreement with Vietnam lowers proposed tariffs to 20%, while talks with India are progressing and negotiations with Japan remain stalled despite market highs. Analysts warn the rally, up 26% since April, is largely fueled by retail buyers and corporate buybacks, not strong institutional confidence. Stocks slipped on Friday as markets absorbed the passage of President Trump's sweeping tax and spending bill, which adds an estimated $3.4 trillion to the US debt. While Wall Street was closed for the July 4th holiday, the S&P 500 fixtures dropped 0.6% following a record high. Attention now turns to the looming July 9th deadline, with Trump preparing to send tariff letters to trade partners. Investor mood was mixed, optimistic on strong US job data, but wary of rising global trade tensions and debt-driven fiscal policy. Tesla's car sales in Britain rose 14% year-on-year in June, driven by the rollout of its refreshed Model Y, as the UK's EV market saw a strong rebound. According to the SMMT, new car registrations grew 6.7% last month, with battery electric vehicle demand up 39%. Still, Tesla's overall sales in 2025 remain nearly 2% lower year to date. In contrast, Chinese automaker BYD quadrupled its sales, while Ford led the growth charts with a four-fold EV sales surge. Experts say better charging infrastructure remains key to sustaining momentum. While staying with Tesla, and their CEO Elon Musk has slammed President Trump's newly passed spending bill, breaking his silence after weeks of criticism. On Friday, Musk endorsed a post by Senator Rand Paul calling the bill a deficit-exploding example of short-term politics. Musk earlier labelled it the debt slavery bill, warning it would severely burden future generations. The bill, officially named the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, passed narrowly in the House on Thursday and is expected to add over $3 trillion to the national debt over the next decade, this according to the CBO. Apple has made two high-profile moves last month, one showcasing its future in AI, the other its power in entertainment. At the WWDC, Apple's AI updates drew muted applause and cautious investor response. But by the month's end, its first true blockbuster film, F1, debuted to a roaring $155 million and a rave reviews, marking a milestone for Apple TV+. The film's success underscores Apple's growing influence in Hollywood and its ability to turn long-term investments, once seen as side projects, into cultural and commercial triumphs. Well, that's all we have time for, but we will continue to bring you more of the latest updates